After my trip to Marrakesh a few weeks ago, I feel so connected to a broader community, a worldwide community of artists, that I felt inspired to do this new video in English, even if it's not my mother language, and you will hear my terrible German accent. I can't deny it. I'm German, and I feel very connected to artists all over the world. And a couple of weeks ago I met a few of them in Marrakesh in a beautiful resort called Jnane, Tamsna, and which has been created by a very, very powerful, impressing woman called Marraine. She is designer, interior designer, she is architect, and she is a visionary. And I really felt so inspired by what she had created, and it made such an impact on me because I understood that beauty has an immense meaning for us. Gerhard Richter, the German painter, famous painter, said, "Beauty is hope," and this is indeed truth. Creating beauty in a world that is disturbing, challenging, cruel at times, is a meaningful way to create for us a meaningful life. It creates meaning. Art making is creating meaning, is processing everything that we have to deal with, and we make it not only for ourselves, for our own well-being, but we make it as well for other people. I'm standing here in a forest in my hometown, and I'm doing now some kind of forest bathing. I want to be in the morning in the nature and to feel connected with the beauty of nature. And I want to share this with you while I'm walking here uphill. You will feel a little bit my breath because I have to step up here, and I will talk a little bit about this immense need for beauty that we all have. I tell you one little snippet of my life. In my youth, I grew up in northern Germany, and we had these huge skies upon us, huge clouds, wonderful sunsets, like the big span of the whole cupola, I don't know how do you say it in English, the big dome of the sky. This is the word. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So I felt touched by this immensity, and I said to myself, yes, this is life. Life is immense, and you are playing a little part in it, but it is a huge, important part of it. And I think we have to find our way to make peace with ourselves and to find a way to include our beauty in this world. So for a long time I had problems with finding my own beauty, and this is, maybe you relate to this. Many women struggle with their bodies. They struggle with accepting themselves. They are struggling with their appearance, their look. They compare continuously. I don't know if men feel the same, but for me, this comparison thing, the rejection of my body, the acceptance of who I am and how I look, took a long time. And this is the reason why it was difficult for me to find my own beauty and to contribute with my own beauty. And fast forward now, I think I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm understanding that our beauty comes from within. It's really like that. And the beauty in our artworks will show up when we make peace with our own beauty. And we are all so different, but we are all so important in the big picture. Imagine you have the sky full of stars, and you would like say, well, some stars are not important, or we only need the big stars, or we need only the known stars. We need everyone here, because we are contributing with our individuality to the whole. And this is really great. But the thing that we have to do, each for ourselves, we have to accept that we are beautiful. You are beautiful. And whatever you paint, however you paint, representationally, abstract, very loose, very childish, very folklore art, or very art brut, or very geometrical, very decorative, all these labels, you know them, because you have labeled yourself as well. You have labeled your art and found out that it's not enough to be a representational painter. Or you labeled yourself decorative and said, well, it is not enough to be decorative. We have all these judgments in our head, and these are in our way to feeling who we are, to own our truth, and to share it with the world. I tell you, it took me some years to get here, and I have to admit that I had help from many kindred spirits on my way, and we are in this all together. So we are encouraging ourselves, each other, to... Oh, this is so amazing. So amazing. You saw me like a little bit shaking, and it was the sound of an animal, because I'm standing here in the forest, and I think it was a little mouse. Someone talked to me. It was really amazing. So I step a few steps forward and walk ahead. So you see that I'm still climbing this little path upwards. Yesterday I had an online workshop, and I couldn't do a video for YouTube this morning. And I said to myself, well, this is... sometimes I don't feel ready. I don't feel ready to appear on the screen and to say something meaningful. And then I had this impulse. I just turn around to show you the beauty of the colors here. I said, well, I can just share with you my little walk and to share with you just the thoughts that are coming through my head. When we paint, we don't need to be prepared, you know. We always think there have to be special conditions. We have to have the right room, the right space, the right materials, the right mood. It has to be the right moment to do something. Like me, I was thinking, well, I need to have a proper idea. I need to prepare the video. And this morning I said, no, I will just show up. I just show up how I am, and I don't have to create a special setup. When you start painting, you just need to show up with whatever you have at your hands, a little pencil and your sketchbook, a few watercolors, a few colored pencils, or whatever you like to have as your medium. Start always where you are. As soon as you touch the surface, you will feel magic, because the material will draw you in. The material is the color, the viscosity, for example, of the liquid paints. They will just act like a substance that draws you in, and you will suddenly feel that you go out of your head. You will just drop into another medium. This is why sometimes I say, well, we have just to touch the water with the tip of our toes, and then we feel the water. And this is the same with painting. So don't create excuses. Don't say you don't have time. Don't procrastinate if you feel this urge for creating. If you feel the urge of creating, every moment is valid. Every moment is a moment to start creating. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I had a business mentor, Ryan Levesque. I name him here personally. And he always said, you don't have to do it perfectly. Just get it going, get it started, get started. Because the magic is in the first step. The first step when you overcome resistance, when you overcome fear, when you overcome doubt, when you overcome boredom, stagnation, all these low states of energy. When you do the first step, you will experience a change of energy in your whole system. Okay, you see, I could keep on going here with my rant about art and life. I go a little bit further here. I leave you with your beautiful Sunday morning, and I hope I could inspire you a little bit to discover your beauty. Don't wait and show up. We want to see you. Goodbye.